Okay, here we go. Step 2. We are in Photoshop, the monster. Photoshop's complicated as hell. There's really no way around that. But the cool thing is if you can imagine it, Photoshop can do it. You want to put space aliens in here, you can do it. But the thing is, you have to put the time and the effort into learning it. I mean, I can't teach you everything today to start, but what I want to emphasize is the two most basic concepts, and that is masking and layering. So to do that, we've got our image here. Just ignore everything else. Just focus on this. Layers. This is your most important part right here. Right-click this, duplicate layer. You can rename it, whatever. But the thing here is you want to keep this background copy locked in there just in case you need to go back to it. It's just a safety thing. You never know. So there you go. Now I have a background copy here. We can work off of this. Every other step we do will add on top of this new layers. You see through all the layers. What that means is that you can build up effects over time instead of trying to do it all at once. If you do it all at once, the effects look cheesy. If you build it up subtly, they look really good and they don't catch the eye. The idea with this, in my opinion, in most Photoshop work that you'll do is you don't want it to look Photoshopped. It's kind of ironic. So we're going to work on subtle kind of lifelike effects. All right, so we got our copy here. We're going to go to up here, Adjustments, click it. Now, start with the first one. This is Adobe, everything goes in rows. Click on Brightness Contrast, and look, here we go. Our good old brightness and contrast, just like Lightroom, just like any other photo program. If we push this, everything comes up, this, everything's fine, right? Make that 0 again. Now, what do we want to do? When I shot this is in Subic Bay on a rec. One of my strobes is positioned about like right here, and one was down here. I left a big old shadow here in the middle and overexposed the edges and had a nice blue glow there. So we're going to fix that. It's pretty easy actually. So you'll see here I have a new layer. Everything is affected if I move it. But we can work in just small areas. So here's what you do. Focus on, first I'm going to deal with the bright spots. So focus on this area just right in this, right here. I'm going to move the brightness down until I get it where I want it. I'm going to say right about there. Okay. Now the whole picture is too dark. The next most important thing besides layers are masks. Here's this thing here. It's this little white box. It's been selected, you can see. It's white. White means it shows everything. It's transparent. It's a transparent mask. It's like masking tape, right? Now we can go up here though to Edit, Fill, Black. And now it filled it with black. And you can see it looks, all our changes are gone. Okay. You can't tell, nothing happening. What we want to do now though is expose or poke holes in our mask to have this layer show through. We want this brightness change to show through the black. To do that, we click our paintbrush here. You can see it's white here. And now we paint white over it. You can see I have a big brush on. You can come up here, click this, changes the size and the hardness. Right now, this is kind of like a spray paint can. It's very soft on the edges. I prefer that most of the times because it's a very subtle effect and it's hard to see. You can change the size of the brush here. What I find more useful is if you use the right and left bracket keys on your keyboard, you can do the same thing. If for some reason you don't see this brush, this is something that happens to a lot of people. Oh my God, it's gone, there's a plus. It means you have your caps lock on. I can't tell you how many times I've gone crazy with this. Caps lock off. All right, so now with this circle, you can see where we're painted. I'm going to paint white here. And now you can see this -44 brightness is only showing through the white. Where I painted it on the black blocks everything. It's only showing through right there. I'm going to do the same thing, a little bigger brush down here. All right, there we go. So now we're doing that. Looks pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is deal with the shadow here. Go to Adjustments, click Brightness Contrast, and now you can see we have a new layer on top. It's white, everything's showing, but we haven't done anything yet. What I do this time is focus just right here. Ignore the rest of the image. Come over here to Brightness and start pushing that to the right. I'm going to bring that up, 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 too much, maybe right about there. Now, everything is showing, so our picture is all messed up. We want to block all the changes. Edit, fill, black. So we have put a mask over everything. Now we use our paintbrush here, our white color here, and only in the areas that we want this change to show do we click. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to make my brush a little smaller here, left bracket. Now you can see what we've done. Now only that. You can see the mask here. Only that white area is showing through the 51 increase in brightness. Just like here, only the white area is showing the minus 44 decrease in brightness there. So we're okay, we're looking better. The last step we want to do is I want to deal with this kind of blue glow down here. That's kind of annoying. One way you can do it is contrast. So go back to adjustment. Here, we're still working in just this one panel. Only look here. Okay, I don't care about the rest of this. Watch, let's increase the contrast. And you can see that's gone. Now the whole picture is cheesy and contrasty and horrible looking because we have a white mask. Everything is showing. This plus 50 is showing through everywhere. So again, you can see it's selected with the little outline brackets. We go edit, fill, black. Okay, now nothing is showing, so we lost our changes. Make sure we have our brush. It's a white color here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and paint in. And what's cool is remember that you can paint off to the side. You don't have to be only in the image. You can paint way down here to create soft edges elsewhere, you can see. So that's a nice, sometimes I'll zoom way out and create a gigantic brush and be painting way over here just because I want just the subtle overspray to come into the picture. But we'll save that for another day. So we've got these 3 layers that we've added stacked on top. Only the white areas show through to the next layer. If I group these together, don't worry about what I just did there. I just want to do this for example's sake. You can see original and final. Original, final. All right, that looks good. And the next one, we'll go one more step and take this sucker to the next level.